Good everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we have a bit of a fun one in the Talisman series. This is the JU-87 D-5. Now, for those of you who know that I love my Stukas. I have always loved my Stukas. They are like my babies. Honestly, like, in the tree, we have the B2, the R2, the D3, which I'm not the biggest fan of, the D5, the Gs, and they're just so fun. I mean, when the Italians got two Stukas, I jumped straight at the opportunity, and so did Dark Angel just was just like, I knew you'd do that. But I just love these planes. And well, I've always said the clubbers needs, if this processing operation crap would go through, that I'd want to replace this CR42 with an A model Stuka. I mean, it's just my sort of thing. I've always liked the Stukas. They're durable, they've got good bomb load, decent armament, especially this one. I'll go over the armament in a moment. But it's just so fun to fly this thing because it can do everything I ask of it. Can bomb ships, can take out fighters, can take out bombers, can take out tanks. It just does everything. Now, my most recent battle that I've had with this, well, in this plane was when I was doing the I-180S event. I haven't flown it really since. I have flown it a brief bit when I did the 264, but then I chose the BF1 and B1 late, and obviously that's where I got the spare footage for that. But yeah, so as you can imagine, I use this thing mainly as a fighter. Well, heavy fighter, I should really say, because the Stukas know exactly a light bird. But you get stock with this thing, two 20mm cannons with 1,000 rounds between them. That's 500 rounds per gun with a 750 round per minute fire rate. Yeah, that's 40 seconds of firing time on the 20mm that we have in the actual aircraft itself. However, if you don't want to be that guy and bomb things in a D5, which I consider a sin, you can strap on 12 7.92 MG81 machine guns, which to be honest I've never tried. So maybe I could try it at some point and get back to you on that. Or you can do what I do and put the 20mm on it, an extra 4 20mm cannons with 200 rounds per gun. That's my preference, because as much as I'd love to use the MG81s and set everything on fire, I prefer things to go boom, and 6 20mm will make anything go boom. To put this armament into perspective, you have the same armament as the SM91, which, when I did a review on that donkeys ago, that was special, that plane. Absolutely loved it. But anyway, let's get into the battle and let's see what we can do in the D5. But yeah, last time I fully flew this thing was the I-180S event. The last time I did it casually was the ME264 grind. Since then, she's been a bit quiet for just overall usage and all that. And that's normally not like me, because I love my Stukas, as I've already said. And as I said, I want either an A or another B model Stuka added to the game that could go at 1.3. Probably an A model, because obviously it's got a weaker engine. But the thought of me having another Stuka in my lineup or in my hangar would just terrify Dark Angel, because he knows I'm bloody good with my Stukas. Just because they're just so accurate with the dive bombing. They're very feared aircraft. IRL, when they first came out, obviously as the war ended, they were not as feared. But I just really enjoy them. I always have done, and always will. Now, it would appear we're having a bit of connection issues, because the other day I was just mucking around in my M10 Tank Destroyer, and I got randomly kicked out of my session. Soon found out it was my internet, so my internet hasn't been the greatest so far. Okay, 600 meters gun convergence, because I used 800 in the F82. Okay, So we are battle rating 3.3. Lovely. Just what I like to see. So obviously, I don't use this thing as a bomber. I use this thing as a heavy fighter. Because I'm not a boring bastard. Let's just say that. Hans in the back, he still hasn't recovered from his PTSD with the swarming of the multiple enemy fighters. But he still brought his two 7.92 MG81s with him. Another thing I've always liked about the Stuka is its cockpit. It's just really nice. Fun fact, that small window there actually counts as your bomb site. So if you don't know if you're hitting a target and you want a level bomb in the Stuka, even though that's a sin as well. In fact, bombing in a D-5 Stuka should be considered a sin in the first place. You can simply just look through there, and if your crosshair is on a bomb target, such as a base, you will hit it. That's a little tip for Stuka pilots that are wanted to base bomb, which is a sin. I've already said it's a sin. But yeah, the Stuka saw service right up until the end of World War II, and fun fact, for those who didn't actually know, the JU-87 scored the first air kill in World War II. It was on a Polish PZL-37, I think it was. And it was done with the front guns. Obviously, by then they only had 7.92 MG for MG17s. They didn't have what we have now, because this was a 1942 to 43 modification. Okay, it is actually 3.7. We do have an ME264. That is fine. Let's gain a bit of altitude. The Stuka doesn't like climbing. That's really its only real weakness. But of course, the D-5 Stuka has been through multiple changes. It's been through air brakes getting removed and things like that. It's had various nerfs and buffs to it. But to be honest, I still love her either way. And using those dive brakes, they can force overshoots against hostile fighters. But yeah, Hans is still recovering from that PTSD incident. If you haven't watched that, it is on the Digital Time Travelers channel, where basically I got swarmed by about 4 enemy fighters. I killed 2 of them, should have been 3, but some wanker kill stole. But, yeah, whatever. Hans did well. We did have a bow fire at the start of the match, which he didn't show, who crashed into a destroyer deliberately, but whatever. Okay, so are there any enemy bombers around here? Well, allied bombers. And look, Stuka going to bomb bases. I mean, he's in a D3, so I'll let him off for that, but I'd go for shipping on this map, mate, in a D3. The D3 is really the only Stuka I don't like. I mean, when I spaded the Italian one, that was quite fun. Did the Talisman flight in the D3, that was alright. That went pretty well. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see what we can do over here then, shall we? I reckon he thinks he knows I'm a D5 Stuka or something like that, because normally you don't tend to see aircraft on this side unless they're hunting bombers. Another thing about the Stuka is that she isn't fast at all. Enemy planes will outrun you, and there's nothing much you can do about it. It's a bloody... What is a Corsair doing out here? Well, I'll take the head on. I don't care. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Of course he gets my fucking gunner in a single shot. Go away, you retard. It's funny how he can do... I've blown off his fucking wing! Well, part of it. How is he still flying? He just did a freaking a turn with half his wing bloody gone. Get out of here! How the fuck did he do that? Oh, of course, another retard. Well, I didn't expect that to happen, but We have lost Hans in the back, but don't worry, he respawns. I made sure he does. Trust me, a boot up the arse, so we'll get him respawned anytime soon. And we've also taken some pretty heavy damage to our wings, well, the left wing specifically. Bit annoying, that will affect our dogfighting capabilities, but seriously though, retard's luck is just far too fucking common. We'll go for this boomerang now, because he's low on altitude, he's low on the deck, and I can outturn him. Well, I can give a boomerang a decent run for their money. Alright, so due to our wing damage, we're going to be a bit more considerate of our airspeed. Alright, he's up there, that's fine. What we can also do is we can go for landing craft. Okay, let's see what we can do to get down here. Obviously, we are losing speed due to our wing. There's nothing much I can really do about that, so if you expected me to just get Hans to jump on the wing and start bolting it back together, I'm afraid that's not possible. Hans isn't that house trained. He's house trained in gunnery, but that's pretty much it. I don't know what this guy's doing, but I don't get why he's on the deck in the first place. Flipping hell, that's some horrendous stats in a boomerang. I'd honestly love to know how he's not seeing a fucking Stuka gaining on his ass. Boomerangs ain't fast, people, so if you do see a boomerang, chances are you will catch it or whatever you fly. He's going for that other Stuka though. And obviously with no gunner, this is a bit of a risky move, because obviously if he gets on our tail, we cannot outrun him, we cannot outturn him. We just have to basically hope that the 20s hit him. Yeah, this is like watching two turtles race. It's only a matter of time till one turtle catches up to the other with some drastic speed difference. Yeah, he's outrunning us. Let's go for some landing craft, see if we can get his attention. I really want to watch these light cruisers, because they will rip us a new arsehole. If they get the chance. I mean, I'll fire the 20s at them, just to piss them off. You do get hits on light cruisers and things like that. Yeah, he's going for that D-3, I don't bloody blame him. Shit. That wing. I'm going to take this thing back to the airfield. I can't risk the wing damage. And here comes an A-36, of course. Oh, he thinks he's king of the head-on, does he? Not anymore, dickhead. I think it might have to be a double battle here, folks, because this thing is not flying very well. Because at this rate, we are going to be in the ocean, and we're going to be sleeping with the fishies tonight. Yep, he's doing the right thing, but down to me in boards. Yep, he's going to get us here most likely. Oh, there's a fucking helldiver. Yep, I don't know where he's come from, but we're dead. I'll see you in the next one. Because, let's be honest, I'm not going to get out of this one alive. That was a very violent death. 2 air kills, 1 landing craft. I have no idea where that helldiver came from, but hey ho, that was a pretty fun start. I'll see you in the next one. We now join me in a second battle. Obviously, that was a very violent death that we suffered in the D-5 on that Norway map. To be honest, if we had a tail gunner, I maybe would have gone for the helldiver out of those two, because the boomerang's a pretty shit fighter. I consider the helldiver to be a better fighter than the freaking boomerang. I don't even own the boomerang, but I've seen many pilots say it's bad in its capabilities. But yeah, we tried our best. Obviously, our gunner was killed immediately by that fucking Corsair. I honestly would love to know why Gaijin protects those retards, because, like, come on. He barely had a bloody shot, and yet he's able to crit both the wing and kill my gunner. He almost killed me, funny enough, so... But looking at the BR, we are in a 4.3 game? What BR is that thing? I don't know why you're in it in the first place. Yeah, it's 4.3. So we are fully up tiered, but that's fine. I don't mind that in a Stuka. If anything, it adds to the difficulty. It's like playing Wolfenstein on higher difficulties. Great game, by the way. Yeah, alright, we get the idea. You want to bomb multiple bases. Shut the fuck up. I mean, we've got 3 BVs. We've got more than enough. I'm just going to mute those 3. Disable radio, disable radio. Disable radio. Job done. That's the best way to do it. Oh, for goodness sake. Disabling you as well, you get on my nerves. Anyway, before we was really interrupted then. Yeah, Hans respawned. He wasn't very happy with that Corsair pilot, so he didn't send him a message or anything like that. It was just he wants to see a Corsair get blown up better. I honestly would love to know how he was able to do a split S with half of his wing gone. If you do that, that's fatal, and yet he was keeping it nice and level. Just no. That shit's not possible. But looking at the enemy team, we are probably going to have some stat padders, because there always is. We've got a TA-154 coming up. And a BV has just ripped his fucking wings off. How do you fuck that up, man? God almighty. Like I said, I'm more of a balls deep kind of person when it comes to the Stuka D-5. I like to get involved with dogfights and things like that. Always have, always will. I don't fly this thing much anymore, but when I do, I always have fun in it. And as we saw in the first flight, but if that Corsair mildly annoyed me, but even so, there's not much we can do about that. That is probably going to be an XP38, or maybe an XF50, or an XP50, or whatever it's called. I don't fucking know. To be honest, I don't care. Yeah, it looks like it could be a P61 actually. Thinking about it. And to be honest, it does look like a Black Widow from here. If so, it's been climbing like a bloody trooper. That I don't remember the P61 climbing that well. I mean, it was alright, but it certainly wasn't a climbing god. They buffed it or something, I don't bloody know. We're probably going to die again, but guess what? I don't care. The whole point of these Stuka flights is to have fun, and that was a friend of mine. Not Dave, yeah, that's what I would have confirmed. They'll probably see me on this side of the map and think, what the fuck is up with this Stuka pilot? He's either got balls of steel or he's just not bothered about what happens to his aircraft, and the truth is I don't care. As long as I have fun, that's all I care about in the D-5. And that is a perfect example of why you do not go head on against an ally pilot. They will ram. And that Black Widow's going to hunt that BV. Like I said though, we are not exactly a speed demon, so there's quite a few of them coming up here. There's even a firebrand on the enemy team, you poor sod. We're not spading it, I'll tell you that right now. Firebrand's an okay aircraft, it certainly isn't the best. Watch him, he'll turn for me because he thinks I'm a regular D-Series. Yep, he's turning for an head-on, they always do. Why would you turn for a head-on against a D-5, mate? Get out of it, retard. Why would you ever think that was smart? Yeah, you've damaged my oil system, but this thing doesn't give a monkeys about a bit of oil. It's German, it's used to running on no oil. Just look at their oil reserves in 1945. And there we go, second kill. Mate of mine's not going to be happy about that. That was a Spitfire. And yes, that was a joke towards Germans. In 1945, they did not have much oil, so hence the joke. If anyone does not like that joke, too bad. Made it. Okay, looks like he's got bazookas on. That's fine. We might have a shot here. Why do I get a bad feeling there's going to be an enemy fire on my tail and no one's going to do anything about it? Sure enough, it's like I have spider sense. I'm secretly Spider-Man, okay? Do not judge me. Come on, turn, 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 turn. Oh, you shit yourself. You have to admit you shit yourself. To be honest, I would. Let's go for this classic guy. He's a bit classic. Dad joke. I'll be here all week. No, he's coming back for me again. Drop the air brakes, see if we can turn inside. He really wants me, don't he, folks? So this thing's bloody German, mate. Shooting the oil is like shooting their bratwurst. It's just not going to bother them. They've always got bratwurst. Genuine German bratwurst. I miss it. Been to Dusseldorf. It's very nice there. I loved it. Would love to go to Berlin someday. Right, our oil's starting to overheat now. Clearly the oil reserves are running dry, so we need to get back. We've got 2 kills this game, so that's pretty good for a start. I decided to do a Talisman flight for today. Originally, it was going to be M3 Lee, but you'll see that another day. Because we haven't done a Talisman flight for a bit. Oh, hello, F6F. Are you really thinking this is a good idea? That's a 5N, isn't it? Well, it was. 3rd kill. Now you can see why I love my Stukas, can't you, people? Right, are my air brakes still out? No, they're not. We're just low on airspeed, that's all. The only problem is we might not have enough airspeed to make it to the airfield. And obviously, I normally like to call when it goes oil overheat 2-minute warning. So that basically means you've got about 2 minutes to get back before your engine's dead, and I don't think we're going to get there in time. So we're probably going to have to resort to an old trick of mine. So what we'll do is, instead of going back to the airfield, we'll kill a couple more ground targets. Oh, that would explain it. A retard up there in a Spitfire. And then we'll do an old trick of mine, and we'll wait out the battle. Essentially, that's the plan. Because we're not going to make it back, I'll tell you that right now. We will not make it back. Okay, let's clean up these light vehicles with the 20 mils. I'm only firing in brief bursts because you really only need a brief burst for most vehicles. That's the ticket, and as you can see our engine's starting to go yellow, so time to deploy the old trick. No, that's J. I needed H. We're just going to drop the air brakes. It's a bit smoother on this side, so we'll go there. Drop the landing flaps. Cut the engine. And use the cannons to brake. As long as we don't break our propeller, we'll be fine. But to be honest, the propeller stopped spinning anyway, so it should be fine. And there we go. So obviously I knew we wasn't going to make it back to the airfield. That was the one thing that I wanted to just say. I love it how the Stuka's looking directly at the camera, so this sort of makes sense. But jokes aside, this thing is a great aircraft. I honestly cannot fault it. It's just there's no point me paying a repair bill for a plane that I know isn't going to make it back. So for me personally, it's better to just land in a field. We know we're going to win, and just wait it out. That's what I do. I did it in the SM-92 flight when I spaded that, when I had the bug encounter. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I will obviously let you know. Well, then again, do I really need to let you know this is an obvious win? But then again, I might have just jinxed my team, to be honest. But yeah. So I'll leave you guys to it. I hope you enjoyed today's flights in the D-5 Stuka. I always love flying this thing. And if I see anyone bombing in these things, you will be shot down by me personally. Anyway, see you all on the next one. Hope you enjoyed.